Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Running the Bases. I'm your host, Michael Garraff. Thank you so much for being here today. We are back with another great episode of Running the Bases. I'm here with Ryan Blank and Nick Nath. Guys, how are we doing today?
Well, let me just say this, ladies and gentlemen. This camera quality on this computer that I'm using is dreadful, to say the least. And I'm just not happy. I'm without my beautiful Mac, which is very frustrating because the screen cracked. So everyone, please do this for me. Boycott Staples, because a staple broke my computer screen. So please, and thank you. But other than that, doing all right. Long week. Today it's Yom Kippur, and I just ate for the first time, and I got some energy, so doing well.
Good. That's great. I'm glad that you're doing well. Nick, how are you?
I'm doing amazing. We got some September baseball to get to. We got some really heated wild card races that I'm excited to talk about. But we have a new kind of segment today, don't we?
Yeah, we do. We're doing, well, it's not really a custom roster. It's kind of a
What? New segment?
Yeah.
Well, we always
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking like a new segment, like our every week segments, not topic. My bad. I got confused. I was like, why was I never notified of this?
No. You are definitely not. You're not out of the loop here. We are.
Also, Nick, I don't like that. My head is showing on the StreamYard. Hold on, let's see if I can fix that.
So these headphones are not long enough, so I need to reach back and grab this in a second. And when I do, I won't be able to
A little
hear
bit better.
So. I do.
As you guys can tell, we're a little bit unorganized as per usual. Michael delayed a lot of things on us. It's just not the best right now. But hey, we're here. We're ready to go.
Yes, Michael's the reason we were late.
Yeah, 100% Michael's fault.
Okay. I'm glad to know that I'm taking the blame for this. But yeah, it's
Get used to it.
Every week it's gonna be. Oh, wow, Ryan, you just said that, and on the screen your mouth didn't even move.
You know why? It's because this computer is horrible.
Also, I forgot to mention
$200 computer, never buy it.
last week. You guys, there was a little bit of like you could hear the other talking. So if you can, try to mute yourself when you're not talking, and then just unmute yourself when you do. It's okay if you.
Okay, I need to say something in response to this
echoing.
now.
It didn't sound good.
Well, you're the one that told us last week, hey, make sure to mute your sound, but keep your camera to keep your sound on.
Yeah, that's fine. But now it still didn't sound great, so just mute yourself when you're not talking. If you forget, it's okay.
I'm probably going to forget.
Forget to unmute yourself.
I'm going to purposely forget.
Leave it to Ryan. So we do actually have a 1-minute round table today.
What?
This was not in the plan.
Yeah, this was not on the schedule. It was not on the outline today. I went and looked at the outline today to make sure there wasn't anything new, and it was not there.
Go take a peek-see.
Well, I'm sorry. My Google Drive is full right now, so
Nick can take a peek-see and see that it's there.
I can. Let me just.
But it is Ryan Braun's retirement.
Why does that matter? We knew he was going to retire.
Okay, but I think
Actually, this is something fun to talk about.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because there's a lot of talk about MVP, not MVP, Hall of Fame, and what his legacy is like because of the PEDs.
Well, then let me ask the first question.
Is Robinson Cano Hall of Fame, right?
No.
Don't get me started. Don't
Okay,
get
well,
me
then,
started.
okay, then Ryan Braun isn't then either.
Yeah, Ryan Braun should not be in the Hall of Fame.
This is part of the 1 minute.
Oh,
Well, why don't we just do a quick discussion on whether he should be in the MVP or not?
he should not be.
He should not
be an MVP either.
Yeah, he should not be in the Hall of Fame. Sorry.
Matt Kemp should be the MVP this year.
Yeah, so let's just talk about that real quick. I think that he should not be in the Hall of Fame. This is very different from Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds actually had accolades before he cheated, allegedly cheated. Ryan Braun was actually caught and did not have any accolades before that. So no, he should not be in the Hall of Fame. He should not have been MVP either. So there we go. That's my roundtable.
Yeah, that's fair, Nick. If you just talk about it, that's fine.
I just think it's really unfortunate how Matt Kemp's not an MVP because of this guy. I mean, at the time, Ryan Braun was absolutely killing it and everything like that. But then as soon as the allegations came out that he was indeed cheating, the fact that he even played after that, we found out he was cheating is beyond me.
Oh, I mean, Cano played and then got caught again. To be fair,
that's
Why are we mentioning this horrible person's name?
He might actually even play next year.
No, he shouldn't. Honestly, You know what? Actually, it's the Mets. It wouldn't shock me that they would just let some low
It's
life.
just that he may.
Yeah, of course the Mets will let some low life play for them.
Okay. Anyways, going back to Ryan Braun. He should not have an MVP award to his name. He should not be in the Hall of Fame. And yeah, it's really sad for the game of baseball. Those old Brewer teams are really fun to watch. Obviously, Kim, Hugh Leach, Prince Fielder, those type of guys.
Iconic.
Corey Hart. Those are fun teams to watch, and I think honestly, by him cheating, kind of ruined those nostalgic memories I have. Because he's a cheater, and I don't know how to forgive him.
Yeah, he's kind of a disgrace to baseball,
That's
honestly.
what I was thinking.
Like, you can't put him in. If you have a lot of accolades, such as Barry Bonds, before cheating, even though Barry Bonds was never caught, then no, he shouldn't be in it because he had no accolades before. He won an MVP after he cheated.
Yes.
So no, he should have been stripped of the MVP first off.
No, they're not going to do that.
Also, he shouldn't have even won it that year. Also, but that's a different topic. No, he does not belong in. And if you think that, then you're probably saying that because you think Robinson Cano belongs.
No. I don't believe he belongs in the Hall of Fame. To be fair, I think that there are a lot of different things around Ryan Braun. He was a great player, and yes, while he used steroids, to me, I'm always going to make the argument that there is a place in baseball for that, but there should be I'm not finished, but there should be a specific place where they play. Like they should have like a steroid league and a steroid Hall of Fame. Like they should have a specific part in the Hall of Fame for McGuire. Because to me,
I'm sorry. Did you just say a steroid league?
Yeah, like
Michael, you said some very weird things on this show. Some things that we may call dumb. That might be one of the weirdest
you've got like
ideas I've ever heard.
You've got like the Atlantic League. You just put these guys in a specific league that it's only players that use steroids if they want to use them. You're not going to.
No,
I guarantee
then that's what's going to become that new MLB. Is everyone using steroids because hey, if you do it, you'll just go to this league. No,
it would get views. You can't tell me it wouldn't get views.
Okay, then why doesn't the MLB just allow steroids then?
Because they're performing enhancing drugs.
Exactly. So why would you reward a player who used them to get into the Hall of Fame under some certain designation?
No, because baseball wouldn't be the same today if it weren't for the steroid era. Correct? Like I think we can all agree that the steroid era was so. While they were cheating, like Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa made baseball so fun for a few years. Like to me, they deserve a spot in the Hall of Fame in their own little asterisked category. And I think that's why I think that they should just have a special category of guys that were caught for using steroids. Because to me, a guy like Sammy Sosa not having his name in the Hall of Fame at all, or Mark McGwire especially, for him to not even, like you walk into the Hall of Fame in 200 years and you don't even know that Mark McGwire existed, like to me, there's something wrong with that. I just think that they should be rewarded for at least making baseball fun, but not actually getting a spot in the Hall of Fame. Like they can't be called a Hall of Famer. They could be a steroid Hall of Fame.
No, I to some extent I agree because at the time I don't think they knew that they were doing anything wrong,
right?
And it didn't come out until way later. The fact that the MLB came out and said they don't want performing enhancing drugs used by players anymore. But when it comes to players like our generation, like Robinson, like Ryan Braun, like all these type of guys, there should be no place for them in the Hall of Fame because they've seen guys like Sosa and McGwire take them. Yes, they were successful, but to what extent? You know, and the MLB is already saying that they shouldn't be allowed then, they shouldn't be allowed now. And I don't know. That's an interesting take. I don't know if the MLB will look into creating a separate Hall of Fame for the steroid users. I think
they will never do that.
That would be that would be something really.
I don't think they would, but I think
if that were to ever happen, I don't even know who would pitch that idea.
I don't know.
Michael, send in a fan letter and see what they say.
See what Bob Manfred says.
I mean, the worst commissioner in any of the major sports.
I wouldn't be shocked if they actually did something like that.
Actually, it would not shock me as long as Manfred's commissioner because he's dumb enough to think of something like that.
100%.
So yeah, that's our small nothing.
You said wow to be calling Manfred dumb.
No,
Manfred is not a good commissioner.
He's terrible.
He's horrible.
He's the worst in sports.
I don't disagree with you. I always try and not say such inflammatory things that could prevent me from getting a job with.
How would
Rob
that
Manfred
prevent me from getting a job?
It's your opinion. You're entitled
my
to your
opinion.
Oh, I know, but
He's
I'm
a
saying if you
horrible
were like to
commissioner.
apply for a job that Rob Manfred could have some say in, he's like, well, this guy sit him.
Oh, I don't care. No, here's the thing. He has to realize that not everyone's going to like him, and in his case, actually, most people don't like him.
I'm not
The only people
disagreeing.
that like him are Astros fans because he didn't strip them of the World Series.
Even at that, they probably.
Like, he's not a good commissioner. I'm sorry. If you would like for me to go on a rant about this next week, I will. But I'm sorry. If I don't get a job because of stating my opinion, well, then what is the purpose of having free speech then?
It's just simple. It's as simple as this. Castellanos got suspended more games than the Astros did for an entire season.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
And Castellanos was taunting at the Cardinals pitcher while the Astros were cheating during the World Series.
Yeah, cheated to.
Hey, let me imitate the Astros real quick.
You are spitting right now. That is exactly what.
Sorry, they have metal trash cans and they were using bats and doing just actually more professional looking than that. But you get the gist, people.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to our next topic here, which is our new, as Nick said, our new segment of the day. Our topic for this week, as you can tell by the title, is the best player all time of every team. And this is a specific topic because we're looking at every single team and we are basically, in our opinion, saying who is the best player of all time on that team. Basically, when you look at that team, who's the best player ever? And there's a lot of things that go into this, and I'm sure you guys had the same issues with a couple teams, that it's sometimes hard to pick between the guy who's the biggest name on the team and who is the face of the franchise and the guy who had better stats. And I think that was something that I wrestled with personally when going through a lot of these. So we'll just start rolling here. We're going to start with the American League East, and we're going to go all the way down, as always, to the National League West. And, I mean, for most of these, we can probably just kind of breeze through them. I think we can spend our time discussing when it comes to ones that aren't necessarily so obvious, and even ones that are fairly obvious. Sometimes it wasn't. In a case like I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go along. So the first team here, we have the Baltimore Orioles, and this one right away was, it was obvious, but I didn't think it wasn't as I expected it to be. When I thought of the Orioles, I didn't think of Cal Ripken Jr., who is the best player of all time. I don't know. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's I don't know. I never really, like, for some of these teams, it was kind of funny where I would think of the team, and I wouldn't think of the player automatically in my head. I'd look it up and be like, oh yeah, duh. Like, I don't know.
Michael.
Hank Aaron. Like for the Braves with Hank Aaron. I completely forgot.
What do you mean?
What?
I literally, like, when I was going through it, I forgot Hank Aaron was on. Like, I just completely
I
forgot.
just realized I was on mute on StreamYard, but you can still probably hear me because of Nick's computer. But what?
Oh, no.
You forgot about Hank Aaron?
I did. But
Okay. We should just put the teams.
He's on.
I am baffled by you right now.
Orioles, Cal Ripken Jr. I think
Orioles, Cal Ripken Jr.
The only answer, Cal Ripken Jr.
I think we'll have a lot of the same answers.
We will.
Probably. Like,
We 100% will.
especially with the next one.
Yep.
Boston Red Sox, Ted Williams.
100%. Good shot.
I made it this time, and it banked off of the chair into the garbage when there were two recyclings on the other side of it, so it went in the middle.
Congrats. You want a cookie?
No.
All right.
The answer is Ted Williams.
All righty.
The
So
next answer is Babe Ruth.
yes, the New York Yankees' best player of all time is Babe Ruth. There's really no question about
Babe
it.
Ruth.
And also, I realize that you really kind of can't unmute yourself. You can't mute yourself.
You're right.
Going back and forth, that's a hassle. I'm sorry. It's just we're going to have to deal with the echo. You can hear it. It's annoying.
No, it's okay.
So the Tampa Bay Rays, this one was a weird one, but I mean,
It was such a hard one.
It wasn't that hard.
It wasn't that hard.
It was hard because they don't really have any
It was-
talent that like pops in your head right away, other than a guy that's not even on their
It was
team.
hard for me to look at it and accept that he was the best
Well,
player.
if you watch baseball in the 2010s,
Yeah.
it's really that simple.
Yeah, that's how it is. But like when you think about some of the guys before them, like Babe Ruth,
No,
Ted
I
Williams,
understand.
you're kind of expecting someone to like pop off in your head, but then you just think for like a second or two, and you're like, it's easy. It's Evan Longoria because that's who it is because of how dominant he was in the early 2010s.
That was a beautiful, just slip right in there, drop it in. That was great. So yeah,
Game 163 heroics.
Yeah, that was
Very true.
very special. So now we have the Toronto Blue Jays, and thanks to Buck Martinez, who was in our class this morning, I got the answer to this one, which is Dave Stieb, who was a pitcher for the Blue Jays, and he said that he is the best player all time. And I'm going to trust the guy who's been watching the Blue Jays for 35 years over Baseball Reference, who I actually think agreed. But, yeah, I'm going to roll with what Buck said.
You know what? This was a hard one. I went with Dave Stieb as well, and I wasn't even in class today, and I still had him. But here's the thing. Here's where I found –
Tell the backstory as to why you have him?
No, it's obvious why. If people don't – it's Yom Kippur, and since –
No, I'm saying why you have Dave Stieb.
Oh, I just looked at the stats, and really looking at it, I was going to go with someone like Roberto Alomar, but he only played 5 years with Toronto. So I couldn't really give him the best Blue Jay ever because he didn't play long enough, in my opinion, with them. So I went with Dave Stieb just because of duration with the team.
So to clear things up, I told him that Buck said that, and he wasn't going to put Dave Stieb at all.
Not true. He was a mix in my top two. It was between he and Roberto, and then I realized it was only 5 years with Roberto, and I couldn't put him there.
Because I told you that.
No. I looked at the stats.
But I did tell you that.
No. The thing is, you look at Baseball Reference, you look at the duration, and then you understand that. Just quit trying to take credit for something you didn't get credit for.
Just explaining and clarifying.
No, you're reaching for credit here, sir.
No, I'm not.
Nick, go ahead.
Yeah, Nick.
So I was also in class today, and Dave Stieb was my answer just based on what Frank Martinez said. But then I also put slash Roberto Alomar just because, every other list I looked at and every other blog slash article I looked at had him at one. So I felt weird not to put him at one, but I think looking at the stats, you can make a clear argument Dave Stieb would be the best Blue Jay of all time.
See, I originally had Carlos Delgado on here because to me he was the best overall hitter. Obviously, Dave Stieb had a very big impact on the team. The only reason why I didn't want to do Alomar is because he only played on the team for 5 years. You never know what could have happened in the next 5. He could have been awful. You never know. That's the only reason to me, and I think a lot of people can agree. And Buck even said in the class, Roberto is. Yes, they believe that he is the best, but because he wasn't there for long enough, they don't really see him as that. But they really love Roberto Alomar.
Here's how it is. Roberto Alomar is the best talent to be there. Best play over. If you're not taking in duration over their time with the team, he was the best player.
Well, okay, but that's also not necessary. I would have to look at the other stats. I'm sure there are players who played there for 2. Like Josh Donaldson was incredible with the Blue Jays, and you could argue he had the best play. It depends. So the Blue Jays were definitely a tough one, and one of the ones that I was certainly struggling with until I was like, oh, that's right. We have the guy who literally calls Blue Jays games in our class today. Let me just ask him. He would know. So we go to the White Sox here, and the White Sox were really, really hard. I narrowed it down to 2. I want to hear what you guys put first before I say mine. I don't think it'll sway my opinion, but still, I'm intrigued to hear what you guys have to say because to me, it came down to a pitcher and a hitter. So, who did you guys put?
Wasn't that hard for me. He's literally the first player I think of when I picture a White Sox uniform. The big hurt, Mr. Frank Thomas.
Yes.
2-time MVP, 4-time Silver Slugger, 521 career home runs, along with a 301 batting average. It was pretty simple for me. Frank Thomas, best White Sox of all time.
That's the only answer. Frank Thomas.
No, because I have Ed Walsh, actually.
Okay. So that's awesome.
Ed Walsh.
Okay.
Do you want me to bring up the stats? Because I bet you didn't look at the stats.
I did, and you have to look at Frank Thomas and what he did.
Okay, but Ed Walsh had a 1.89 ERA with the White Sox in his career, and he has the career record for career ERA, the all-time record for career ERA at 1.82.
If I may ask, how long did he play?
For 14 years. And he played on the White Sox for 13.
He had 40 wins in one season?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
He had a 1.27 ERA in 1910. Now, yes, this is 1910, but this is also back in a time when people weren't dominating the game as much pitching-wise, and he still managed to have 1,700 strikeouts over 14 years. So, to me, Ed Walsh is one of the best pitchers of all time, if not top 5. And so that's why he's my number 1. Frank Thomas is absolutely number 2 and a very close number 2, but I can't ignore 1.89 ERA over 13 years. I mean, that's almost impossible. That's a record that's never going to be broken, by the way.
Oh, whoa.
What?
DeGrom?
DeGrom doesn't have a career ERA of 1.82.
Oh, there we go. He's graduating from his Mets bias. He's graduating.
Yeah, we'll do a show one day on records that'll never be broken. That's going in the bullpen, because that's going to be a fun show, and that is 100% one of them. That will never be broken. But yeah, Nick, what were you going to say before? Because I knew you had a response.
Did he?
Yeah, he started saying something after I stopped.
I probably did. It's not that important anymore. I was just gonna say, for Frank Thomas did over 19 years with accumulating that many home runs with a steady batting average. I see both sides too, but to me it's just I think Frank Thomas just
Definition of consistency.
Look, like I said, I don't have a problem with it. I personally thought that it was better to have Ed Walsh there. Now the Indians are another team that I don't think was too easy.
This was pretty hard, yeah.
Yeah, this one was one of the hardest. I narrowed it down to Jim Thome.
What?
Okay, so that's who I didn't have.
Look,
Okay, Nick, who do you have first?
I have Chris Speaker.
Okay, we're all different here.
You took
Nope.
Okay.
I took Bob Feller. Let me explain. Can I explain? Actually, Michael, I want you to explain how you got Jim Thome.
I would like to pull up the stats of the Indians first. Indians all time.
Fine.
So it'll take me a minute. So
Fine, then I'll go. Bob Feller. He is the tribe's all-time leader in wins, strikeouts, starts, complete games, innings pitched. Okay. He led the AL in wins 6 times, strikeouts 7 times. He set a club single-season records for strikeouts, innings, shutouts, and complete games. And he finished a franchise record 3 no-hitters and 12 one-hitters, along with being a first-ballot Hall of Famer by, well, basically being near majority. Not but near unanimous, I meant.
he's elite.
So, yeah, I think that Bob Feller is.
So I've got my Jim Thome stats pulled up here. Not only did he hit 287 in his time with the Indians, he only had 900 less at bats than the leader. Plate appearances than the leader all time in plate appearances of the Indians. So it's not like it was in a very small sample size. He had a 980 OPS, which is obviously incredible and is one of the best all time for qualified players. And he also is the franchise leader in home runs by 90. So to me, overall, he's the best hitter on the team. Obviously, Bob Feller's fantastic, yes. And I would probably say that they're a tie. I also don't think I looked at pitchers.
A tie?
When I looked at the Indians, because I forgot that Bob Feller was on the Indians. Actually, no, I didn't. But still, it's close.
My top 2 were between Feller and Chris Speaker, so I didn't even think of Jim Thome. I just thought of those 2.
Party Nick Speaker.
Yeah, I can give you some stats. In 10 years with the Indians, it's probably a bias that his batting average is so high, which is also why I picked him. But really, in 10 years with the Indians, he's batted 354.
Yeah, insane.
With an OPS of 965. Yes, the power was never there for him, but you don't really need power when you're hitting 354, in my opinion.
It's kind of like the DJ LeMahieu type thing. Is he doesn't need a ton of power to get on base when he's like playing well, like last year, but like power's not there, but he's still consistently getting on base.
I'll always use the Moneyball example. Really, what Brad Pitt says: "I want guys who get on base. That wins me ball games."
Yeah. Would you rather someone hit 40 home runs and hit 220, or someone that's like 10, 15 homers and gets on base once or twice a game?
Well, getting on base is the name of the game.
Yes.
I would agree with that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly what I'm saying.
Well, Jim Thome, didn't hit 220, he hit 280 with the Indians.
That's not the argument here, Michael.
I know, but you were playing it.
No, that's not how I was playing the argument. Okay.
So yeah, we all disagree on the Indians, which is not a shock. So for the next 2, I think this one's pretty obvious. Nick, I'll let you do the next one.
Perhaps his top 10 player the game has ever had to offer. Mr. Ty Cobb is the greatest Tiger of all time. 12-time batting champ, MVP, Triple Crown winner.
Not Miggy?
Well,
what?
I'm joking.
It's gracious.
366 batting average, 116 home runs, and all this
366?
366.
Yeah.
And this is all during 2 World Wars. The guy is undoubtedly the greatest hitter of all time. No one will ever come close to him, I don't think.
I completely agree.
No.
Alrighty, Ryan, you can do the next one.
I'm sorry, but this is probably one of the most obvious ones. It is the greatest Royal of all time by a landslide, people.
Alrighty, next, so the
George
Twins.
Brett. George Brett. And why do you have to be? Why are you the way that you are? Like,
I just needed to enjoy myself a little bit.
I need to take over this so I can mute his mic whenever I want.
That would be something.
That would be
Whenever he goes on his Mets tangents, I just mute him.
That would be bad if you.
Oh, why would it be so bad?
I just could so imagine the power getting to your head if you were.
No, I've run a StreamYard for a show, so I know how to
Oh, I
use
know.
it.
I'm saying this show.
Oh, no, I just mute you a lot.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, continue with George Brett.
George Brett. Do I need to continue? Like, this is arguably the best third baseman of all time, in my opinion. He is, but we'll just go with this. Let me go for some offensive category where he leads. Hits, doubles, triples, home runs. He played his entire career with Kansas City, which I don't know why he would do that to himself. And they were good. They were good in the
I
80s.
think if DeGrom's going to spend his whole career at the Mets, so
That's
some
true.
people
I for his sake, I hope he gets out.
He's going to Dodgers.
I hope he gets out. And then Brett also won a World Series, most valuable player, had 1 Gold Glove award, and appeared in 13 All-Star games. You told me to talk about him. I was done.
No. That's completely fair.
Yeah, no, you're right. Continue. I'm just saying.
No, I'm done. I'm done. I said the entire thing. Now, let's go.
Sorry, I'm admiring the posters behind me. There's a lot of it. I haven't been able to really look in here because we have to come in a minute before the show. So we get over to the Twins.
You have the attention span of a goldfish.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Alrighty, Minnesota Twins. Walter Johnson, arguably the best pitcher of all time, is who I have.
I also have Walter Johnson.
I did not go with Walter Johnson. I went with Kirby Puckett.
Okay, that's fair. The kid that was in here before from bottom of the 6th said that it could either be Kirby Puckett, Walter Johnson, or Harmon Kilber. So
I said
seem
I
like
went
a
with Kirby.
Twins fan. So
I went with Kirby.
I'll defer to him.
Yeah, Walter Johnson.
Yeah, easily.
Those were the two I was deciding between. I went with Kirby.
So the AL West, the Astros was a tough one because it was just down to 2. I went with Jeff Bagwell.
I also went Jeff Bagwell.
It was between he and Biggio, but I went with Bagwell.
Okay, word. Los Angeles Angels. I mean, there's no question the guy is the thumbnail of the video.
Mike Selman.
And arguably he's the best player in Major League Baseball right now. Mike Trout, no question about it. The Athletics was weird.
I didn't even say if I agreed with you guys on the Angels.
Okay, well,
We just went breezing past
Well,
me.
you did say Jared Weaver.
No, Nolan Ryan played there.
Dan Heron.
Nolan Ryan played there.
Dan Heron.
No, I stuck with Mike
I'm quite
Trout.
an Alberto Callaspo fan myself.
Hey, that guy's a Royal more than anything else. Okay, watch
That's
it.
400 man, okay?
Well, I mean, who isn't?
Right.
So
Well,
the
not-
Athletics were weird.
Stop. Wow. Just call out Boston like
I mean,
that.
if you're a baseball fan, you've got to love Toriano. I mean, the guy's incredible.
Well, unless you're Boston.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, that's totally
Okay, on to the Athletics.
So the Athletics, this was weird as can be. Go ahead.
Ricky Henderson. They named the field after him.
It's not that close. It's Ricky Henderson.
It's Ricky
So
Henderson.
then why did I have Eddie Plank?
What is?
Oh, because Ricky Henderson's offensive stats were not better than, I believe Eddie Plank was a pitcher. Yes, he was. Eddie Plank was a pitcher. Okay, no, wait. Hear me out. In his time with the Athletics,
There's no hearing you out. I don't care what you have to say here,
he had a
Mike.
2.39 ERA in 14 years with the
Okay,
Athletics.
so how about this? Let me FaceTime my roommate real quick.
3,800 innings.
Let me FaceTime my roommate real quick, who is an Athletics fan. Let me FaceTime Mr. Parker Dunn.
Yes, we'll see what he says. What he says. go
Oh,
ahead.
wait, no, it has to be Ricky Henderson. Yeah.
Please, Parker. The one time, Parker, beautiful. Parker, you are on Blaze Radio right now. This is very important, sir.
All right.
Who is the best Oakland Athletic of all time?
Ricky Henderson.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank
Ricky
you.
Henderson.
You are the best. I know you're right. Have a good one. I'll see you soon.
Okay, so Ricky Henderson.
It is Ricky Henderson.
When the guy literally stole 130 bases in one season.
And, they kind of named the field after him after stealing 130 bases in one season. So
Can't yell at me for not being for anything because he played on the Mets, so I'm really not being biased.
Okay. Put the Mets in 2000.
do we care?
For the World Series that year.
He also
Did you win it?
he also
Why
hit
would it
two-
matter?
He also hit 219 for you guys.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Maybe that's why I didn't put him. He's like has best stats. That's why.
Alrighty. The Seattle Mariners. This one was hard.
What?
Are you kidding?
You're joking.
Yeah.
Ken Griffey Jr.
No, I've got Edgar Martinez, and I go to no.
I thought you put Ichiro Suzuki.
No. Wait, who did you put?
No, I put Ken Griffey Jr.
Okay. That's where did he go? He
I
went
don't
that
know.
way. He literally went that way, and he can't. Well, he can get in here. So hear me out, Nick, because I know you're the reasonable one here. I'm just waiting for him to like barge the door. There he is. I don't know if he can get in. Oh, he's pulling out the ID. So let's do some comparisons, shall we? So
That's it. You're done. You're done on this show. No, that is horrible.
okay.
Did you forget Ken Griffey exists?
No, I didn't. I said it came down to 3. So now that I have a few minutes to
Edgar Martinez.
okay, Griffey in 5,800 at bats, 398 home runs, batted 299.
I can't anymore.
399 and 5,800.
I can't believe this.
Edgar Martinez in his entire career hit 309 home runs in less at bats, but he hit 312.
Okay.
And his OPS was
I can't.
933.
Griffey's OPS is better in
I
Seattle. Griffey
I
had
can't.
48 OPS.
To me, it comes down to both of them, and Martinez was just there a little bit longer. Look,
Oh, that's what you're arguing.
Oh, that's a horrible argument.
to me, it's they're
No,
two
I'm sorry.
fantastic
I'm sorry. I
players.
think every baseball fan will agree with me here. Your argument is just wrong. You know what? I'm going to pull out on Twitter.
That's your
I'm going to
opinion.
pull out on Twitter. Who is the best Mariner of all time? Edgar Martinez or Ken Griffey Jr.? And I guarantee you at least 90% says Ken
Okay,
Griffey.
you should also include Ichiro Suzuki on there. I just want to be curious if more people vote for him than Edgar.
I don't think they would, but
I think they
I
would.
think they would. I think 100% that they
look,
would.
it's my opinion, obviously.
Well, of
and
course.
it's
I'm
subject
sorry.
to-
You know what? I'd like to respect your opinions. This one's just wrong.
It's
Flat out wrong.
When do you want to respect my opinions?
I do a lot,
He tries-
actually.
he does try to.
I try, but some of the things you say are just wrong, and this is just so wrong.
It is
Well,
pretty rough.
we better get ready because we've got the Rangers up next, and I went with Juan Gonzalez.
Okay.
Oh,
Let me
God.
tell you why it's Pudge Rodriguez.
Yeah, it's Pudge.
Juan Gonzalez was a much better hitter. Ryan, we talked about it before the show. You
Better
can't
hitter.
take that back.
What
You know what?
did he
I
hit?
heard you say Juan Gonzalez, and I tuned you out just because you're wrong.
What did he hit? I'm curious.
Let me pull it up. I'll pull it up.
I can't. My brain hurts. Like
I understand. I'm so sorry.
my brain hurts.
Juan Gonzalez is on the Royals, so you should at least understand him.
Yes, I understand Juan Gonzalez.
Juan
Okay. I understand.
Gonzalez
He was a Royal.
in 10 years, he hit 340 home runs, hit 294 with a 915 OPS in only 4,800 at bats.
Okay. That is pretty.
What was his batting
That's
average?
pretty elite.
293.
Sorry, batting average is higher.
Okay, that's really all we have right now.
304.
Yeah, that's all you have.
Hold on. How many stolen bases did
Okay.
Juan
Wait,
Gonzalez
we're
have
comparing stolen bases from a catcher. right now.
21.
in his career
Yeah.
with the
No,
Titans?
with the Rangers.
With the Rangers?
Mhm.
Pudge had 81.
Wow.
We win.
We win.
That's your argument.
Also, OPS.
yeah, 915.
I'm sorry. No, I still disagree.
Also,
I respect this one. I can respect your opinion. Unlike the last one where nobody will respect your opinion if they have the right mind. But no, Michael,
That's cool.
we can move on. Actually,
let's just move
We'll
on.
move on.
You know, I can
So
respect
we go
that.
to the Braves and the aforementioned Hank Aaron, obviously.
I still don't get how you forgot about Hank Aaron.
It just brain fart, dude. I have so many baseball things in my head. It happens.
Well, then you have the wrong baseball things in your head.
Yeah, I mean, that's
His brain is actually just filled up with Mets win the World Series. Mets win the World Series. Oh wait, no, this year it's like, wait, maybe the Mets will finish 500. Probably not.
probably
Though.
not.
probably not.
That'd be fun. Oh well, we do play the Marlins next week for
Hey.
4, so maybe we can get to 5.
You can, but you also struggle against Marlins.
Yeah, I know.
Mets struggle.
Okay, so
Yeah,
who
we
is
can.
Marlins' best player? Speaking of that,
Marlins.
Giancarlo Stanton.
that's also what I said.
That's what I said. Thank God we can finally agree.
I love him.
The Mets, I think, will agree too. Michael, take it away.
Jacob
Tom Seaver
Brown.
is the best Mets player of all time.
It's Tom Seaver.
You actually put DeGrom?
No, I could see it.
Oh, I was seriously worried with your face.
I was worried that you didn't think he was joking. I was looking at him like, does he seriously not think you're
Oh,
joking?
the face that he was making, I kind of believe. Nick doesn't joke like you do. You joke about like the most random things. Nick doesn't ever joke, so it just confused me.
And people love me for it.
So yeah, Tom Seaver.
I think the next one with the Phillies is pretty obvious too.
Yeah, Mike Schmidt.
Also,
Actually,
we're going to the same place. Fun fact.
Really?
Yeah, Dayton, Ohio.
Interesting.
Awesome.
Well, considering that he's the best third baseman of all time, that's pretty cool. There's no question on that. I'm sorry. He's better than George Brett. We'll talk about that another day.
You know, I respect your opinion.
So
Yeah,
the
that's
Nationals, the Nationals, we have Mr. National himself, Ryan Zimmerman.
No.
For me, dude, his stats are just so much better than anyone that's ever on the Expos.
I actually went with the pitcher on this one.
Ooh.
Max Scherzer.
That's what I thought you were going to say. I thought he was going to say Max Scherzer.
Because he is the best national of all time.
Yeah, but dude, Zimmerman's been there for like 16 years.
I understand, but
And he's literally the team leader in every category.
because he was really the first national drafted.
Yeah.
We would be too for the first national drafted.
Yeah.
Okay, but
What's
they
your
could have
point?
Traded us, or we could have been bad.
I completely understand what Scherzer's done in Washington. Two Cy Youngs?
Yeah, I believe so.
That has to account for every other accolade Zimmerman ever had as national.
That's fair. Look, I respect it.
I am going with Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
I thought you were going to explain yourself.
Oh, I thought I was waiting for a reaction from you.
What are you talking about?
For the best.
Oh, you said Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Oh, shoot, Junior. I meant Senior. Gosh, my brain is really off right now. I meant Vladdy Senior. Jeez. I am so sorry.
I thought I was having a stroke.
Yeah.
My brain just had a
I
stroke.
knew that I meant Vladimir Guerrero.
Vladimir
so I didn't
Guerrero.
question it.
I meant Vladimir Guerrero Senior. Hit 323, 234 bombs, 702 RBIs. What else do I need to tell you? Oh, OPS of 978 as well during his time with Montreal, which became the Washington Nationals.
Correct. Yes.
So, sorry, people.
We all disagree.
I think we've all learned that sometimes people are stupid and have brain farts. Michael and myself more than anyone else on the show. So, yeah, I'm very sorry.
Honestly, I'm with you guys. Come on.
Oh, you're not as bad as us.
We just got to
We have a
relieve
lot.
ourselves to the brain farts.
Okay.
I don't know if that's even.
Let's move on.
Chicago
The
Cubs.
Cubbies.
Cap Anson is mine.
Ernie
Best
Banks.
I got Ernie Banks.
Okay, but Cap Anson is just the best offensive player all time on the Cubs, and it's like not even close.
Ernie Banks.
Ernie Banks.
Okay, do you want me to pull up his
No,
stats?
Michael, we have 20 minutes left. We have to go through power rankings. And
Yeah, we
everything.
really.
Can we just hurry this up?
Okay,
We don't need to go through the stats on everything.
Ryan is completely right.
Cincinnati Reds.
Pete Rose.
She's not close.
Yeah, it's not even close.
Brewers. Robin
Robin
Yount.
Yount.
100% agree.
Pirates. This was a
Honus Wagner.
Yeah, I agree, but this one
Who'd you
wasn't
pick,
that
Nick?
easy.
I went with Clemente. But
I looked at the stats,
Yeah, there's
and I was
Sargent,
so
Clemente,
close.
and Wagner. It's
Okay, I'll give the stats to Wagner, but I'll give the impact to Clemente.
Really, here's how I view it. It's 1A, 1B. It's not 1 and 2. It's 1A, 1B.
Yeah,
The way I look at
completely
this.
agree.
I agree. Yeah,
They're-
I would
Yeah, I think that was probably one of the toughest decisions we all had to
I
make.
completely
Was between
agree.
those two.
The Dodgers had a pretty tough one too. They've been.
I said
they're
one of the
pretty hard.
toughest.
Oh. The St. Louis Cardinals. This one was kind of hard, but the guy that I wanted to put had half the at bats, so I've got to go Stan Musial.
I agree. I went with Stan the Man.
I actually went with Bob Gibson.
Okay, you know what? I respect that.
I do too.
I respect that a lot.
That's
You know what?
awesome.
I love that take. I love that take that he went to pitching on this. Beautiful.
Yeah, especially with such an offensive heavy team.
Yeah.
The Cardinals with Hornsby, Musial, Lou Brock. There's a lot of guys you could have gone with.
No, I agree with that.
Awesome. You guys are the best.
well, thanks, Nick.
Thanks, man.
Um,
That makes me feel good.
The
inside.
Arizona Diamondbacks.
We know who it is. It's Randy
You gotta
Johnson.
hit the bird mid pitch.
Yeah,
It's Randy
I was like,
Johnson.
yeah,
You know, the only thing that you could look at, other than that, in my opinion,
is
like
Gonzo.
Yeah, no, or Luis Gonzalez.
That's Gonzo.
Yeah, you're right.
or Goldschmidt, Luis Gonzalez or Goldschmidt.
Yeah.
I think you have to look at Goldschmidt as well
Yeah.
because
But
he was the Diamondbacks when he was here in Arizona.
Randy is just the man. All right, Colorado Rockies. Todd Helton.
Todd Helton.
I mean, Larry Walker is the only Hall of Famer, but Todd Helton will be there. just overwhelming. Now, the Dodgers was not easy at all. And this one, to me, was the hardest decision to make. But I ended up just overall dominance. I went with Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah, I went with Kershaw. It was just really, really, really hard.
Yeah.
You know what? I went with Kershaw as well. This was a tough one, especially because Sandy Koufax is one of my idols. Sandy Koufax was incredible. But it's Kershaw. Kershaw has just been so dominant over his career that you can't just take that.
In terms of dominance.
Yeah. When you think of dominance on the mound, you think Clayton Kershaw is one of those top guys that comes to
ERA
mind.
is like 2.4.
It's 2.47.
Well, he had 1.77 in 2014.
Yeah, unbelievable.
When he won Cy Young, that's when he won Cy Young and MVP, though. So he was at 2014. He was incredible.
Also in 2016, he had 1.69 ERA.
Oh, yeah, that's really
So
good, too.
good.
I mean, Jacob deGrom had 1.78. So to me, anything under that is like unholy.
Okay, Padres.
So, yeah, the Padres is Mr. Padre Tony Gwynn.
Yeah, that's pretty.
And as Dominic Stern knows how I say it, the most overrated baseball player of all time, Tony Gwynn. Everyone, it is a joke. It is the reason I say it along with Mr. Pat Fortuna is because it makes Dominic Stern, that little vein in his forehead, just come boom, boom, right at you. Just pops out.
All right.
So, but it is Tony Gwynn.
So the San Francisco Giants, this one was relatively
I feel
obvious.
like I had so much trouble with this one.
So did I. It was between the two of them, but it came down to games played for me, and I didn't really realize how Bonds didn't really do all of his damage with the Giants.
It was with Pittsburgh too.
Yeah, Pittsburgh too.
I mean, I knew that, but I didn't know that he did so much with Pittsburgh, so I had to give it to Willie Mays.
It's Willie Mays.
It's Willie Mays.
It's Willie Mays.
So
So
that was a really tough decision.
yeah,
It's gotta be Willie.
yeah, it was not easy. Definitely not.
I think Willie's impact on the Giants was better than Bonds.
I
would
agree.
I would
And his
definitely agree.
impact on baseball too.
Yeah.
Baseball too. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, people
I don't know
question
about
Barry
impact
Bonds.
on baseball.
Because here's my thing: if you talk to a casual fan, they're most likely going to say Barry Bonds' name before Willie Mays'
I agree.
name.
I completely agree.
That's why-
It depends on the demographic of baseball fans that you're looking at
That's
when you
great.
say that, Michael.
That's a great vocab word.
Yeah,
Thank
that's a
you.
good one. That's a
Thank you.
$5 word for today. So that'll
Does
do
that
it. With
cover my ride home? Dang it.
So
Hey, Mrs. Garaffa, tell your son to give me a ride home for free.
she's watching, actually.
Sketchy people on the light rail like to
Hello, Mom.
try to steal things from me.
I mean, I'm giving you a ride home for $5. It's really not that bad. It's
Okay, so we also have 18 minutes.
Yeah.
it's actually 16.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair.
Let's just start
get
with
into our
power
rankings. We can get
Orioles are last by a half of a game.
I
They're
don't
last.
even do the 30.
Yeah, I know. But Ryan and I do. I actually put the Diamondbacks still third, because just in general, they're
Okay.
Yeah.
They're both bad.
they're awful.
Number 10.
So yeah, number 10, I have the Braves holding on by a thread.
I have the Red Sox at 10.
I have the Braves at 10.
Hey, attaboy. All right, number 9. Someone else go first. I'm thirsty.
I have the Cardinals at 9.
I have the Braves at 9.
I have the Cardinals at 9.
Hey! That's right.
Okay, number 8. Go ahead. Nick.
I have the White Sox.
8, I have the Cardinals.
The Yankees at 8.
What?
What do you mean what?
I mean, it's okay.
They've won like they've just murdered the Orioles, and they
They actually lost today.
and they're now first in the wild card.
It's the
They're
Orioles.
still first.
They also lost to the Orioles today.
Yeah, but they're still first in the wild card. So don't give me the one.
Okay.
So who's 7?
7 for me. Wait, did you guys say 7 yet?
No.
Okay.
You said White Sox for 8, right?
Yeah.
I said my 8, right? Was Cardinals.
Uh-huh.
Okay. 7 for me, White Sox.
7 for me is Yankees.
I have the White Sox, number 7. Number
6.
6.
Nick, go ahead.
I have Blue Jays.
6, I have the Astros.
I also have the Astros. Ryan and I are now starting to agree. At number 5, Nick, you can go first.
I have Astros.
I have Blue Jays.
Wait a minute, where do I have the Astros? Oh, I said them at 6. You have the Blue Jays at 5, you said?
Yeah.
I've got the Rays at 5. So they've been steadily there. At number 4, we crack into the top 4 now. I've got the Brewers.
I have Brewers at 4.
I have the Rays at 4. They're 4-6 in their last 10. I know that they're one of the 3 teams in the MLB with 90 wins. I can't put them above the Brewers right now.
That's fair.
They're very, to me, they're interchangeable.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I don't have them above the Brewers either. I have the Blue Jays at 3. So I got them higher than both of you. They are the hottest team in baseball right now, and they are looking really, really good.
Okay. I have the Brewers at 3.
I have the Rays.
Also, Nick, before when you said that the Yankees lost today, the Orioles, these power rankings don't include today.
I know. I'm just saying.
They would actually probably be in 9th if they were. But yes, so this is obvious. It's important to clarify because it's 7:00 at night that this is covering games that happened yesterday
Up until
today. We don't include
today,
things
sorry.
that happened today. So yeah, my number 3 is the Blue Jays.
My number 3 is the Brewers.
I already went. 3 is the Rays for me.
Okay. Number 2, back again, the Dodgers.
Nick,
I got Giants.
I've got Giants too.
Why?
Okay. I know this isn't as of. I know this is as of yesterday.
Yeah.
But the game was going on as I was saying these power rankings.
Okay, that's fair.
And they were getting bought up by the Padres. The Padres won today, and the Dodgers are on a 6-game win streak, and they're 1 game behind the.
Okay, but the Giants won 9 in a row before.
And the Dodgers won 6 in a row. They're on a 6-game win streak as of right now.
But they're still at the point of the power rankings a game and a half back.
No, 1 game.
No, at the time of when I made it.
You know, Michael,
We don't count today.
Michael, I think you're forgetting one key aspect that really led to me picking the Dodgers over the Giants right now. Well, guess who just came back for the Dodgers?
Kershaw.
One of the most dominant pitchers of all time. He's
I'm going to
back.
see him pitch next Saturday.
Okay.
Here.
So I went with the Dodgers at 1, mainly because I also am factoring in the potential slide of the Giants with how they still have 7 games left against the Padres, who are fighting for that last playoff spot. So I'm also factoring that in as well.
It also helps that we would $10 bet on who wins the division, and I'm just foreshadowing that the Dodgers win it.
Yeah.
Because I won $10.
I know you do.
That was $20.
No. Nick and I only did 10.
Hey, Nick,
You already asked Michael.
should I ask Michael? Should I ask Michael if he wants to double down?
I mean, he's going to say no, but you can try.
Hey, Michael. I'm not going to ask you about the division race. I'm going to ask you about MVP.
No, we're not. What? That's. I cannot make a prediction on the MVP. Goodness gracious.
No, you know it's Vlad.
No, it is not Vlad.
It is.
It's
Nick
only
and I
going to be
agree.
Vlad if he wins
Okay,
the triple.
okay.
Didn't win MVP.
We are going to talk about it. We are going to talk about it in another show.
You know what? I'm going to say it. You know what?
Huh.
Do you know who the common factor is who plays out this rule? If Salvi leads in home runs and RBIs, he has a legit shot. Okay, I'm putting it out there.
And Matt's prediction's right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, hey, he's living up to what I said. You guys called me
you
crazy.
know what? You know what? If Salvi wins MVP, I win. How much? $1,900. So Salvi, let's go, baby.
I'm not sure how you'd win that. We don't sports bet here.
No, it's legal now. It's okay.
We're not 21.
You're right, but it's okay.
I mean, my older brother would win $1,900. My older brother, who's 27.
And who placed the bet?
My older brother, who's 27, and he actually placed the bet, not me.
Yeah, we just asked people to fill our bets that are 21.
Yeah, I tell them, I'm thinking about if you are a betting man, here's what I would think about for you to do, and that's what he does.
Dude. Okay, more of the story. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. deserves the MVP more.
If he,
But I don't. No.
I don't
care.
think
The season could end.
Hear me out.
He could finish in second in all 3 of those categories. He still deserves it more than Shohei Ohtani, in my opinion. But
That's just horribly wrong.
I just think Shohei's going to win it. But we're not making a bet on that. It's not.
You know what?
However, our fantasy season's wrapping up, and I'm only beating Marco by like 7 points.
I'm down by 9.
I am just loving
You're
it.
murdering Brian, dude.
My
I was
entire team has
losing.
decided to take multiple days off this week.
I was
Like,
losing to
My
Marco.
top players aren't playing in their games. Like tonight, LeMahieu,
Ooh.
Freeman,
Yeah.
like all my guys who were slated to play today just are taking the day
I'm
off.
welcome for Salvi, even though it's not going to help you because I traded Salvi.
I drafted Vladdy at 66 in this league.
Yeah, that's great. That's
It's
awesome.
also a 14
Dude,
league.
Marco's going to murder me. I'm going to lose. I really think I'm going to lose.
Good.
Because,
I'm upset.
dude, I've been losing all week because Marco's he's beating me by a point now. Let me read you Marco's team. We'll have time to get through our segments. We've got 8 minutes.
Guys. This is something that we can talk about next week when the championship is
We
going
can
on.
talk about it now.
You know what? No, I don't want to talk about it because my team's done because all my guys are lazy and
Why
are
don't you
thinking
go
about
Marco has
load
been-
management. The load management was an NBA thing.
Freddie Freeman this game got rained out. So you just
Okay, I can blame Freddie for that, but everyone else, LeMahieu, what are you load managing for? You might not even make the playoffs.
On Saturday, Marco has Max Scherzer and Sonny Gray pitching. And Sunday, he's got Max Fried, Zach Gallen, and Lucas Giolito. He's got 5 studs pitching against me, and I've only got like 8 pitchers left. Like, I'm so screwed. I'm going to lose, and I'm going to be so mad that I lost to Marco. He's got 604 points. He beat you by a landslide. Like, his team has gotten so – because he has Scherzer, who's been pitching like a god.
Michael, here's the thing. I'm okay with it. Because guess what? Fantasy football's here. I know this isn't baseball related, but fantasy football's where I shine, baby.
Okay, how much money does the winner get of our league?
40.
Spectacular.
Yeah, 40. And second place doesn't spend or win anything.
So they get their money back?
Yeah, well, they don't give anything. It's
Nick,
not like we put
Nick,
fuel.
Nick, I'm coming over to your computer screen real quick.
Okay.
Congratulations.
It's not over yet. Job not finished. Job not finished.
Stop smiling.
Not smiling.
I think Nick's going to win.
Stop
Stop
smiling.
smiling.
Okay. My vote is for Nick to win. Because my team is done. I would like Nick Oshnath to win.
Much like Marco, come through and win.
Yo, Marco won this whole thing. I would legit.
I will cry.
Yeah.
T-Roll, dude.
He went like 3-18.
I know.
It's and he's
A true underdog story.
Regular season doesn't matter in this.
You know what?
He literally may beat me.
You know what? I think this might teach the NCAA something. Let a team who has like 2 wins get into the tournament and see what they can do.
Absolutely.
He's beating me today. I had Dennis Enns pitching for me today.
Okay.
And he got me 14 points.
Michael.
Okay,
Yeah,
Michael.
4 seconds.
Chill, buddy.
I'm sorry. I'm just mad that Marco's beating me. All right, Ryan, we've got team of the week. Then we'll have Nick at second base with players to watch, and then we'll run all the way home.
I think we already know who my catcher is here. The best catcher in baseball, Salvador Perez.
I agree.
First base, Brandon Belt. Second base, Jose Altuve. Third base, Evan Longoria. Shortstop, Bub Bichette. Left field, Andrew Benintendi. In the past week, he's batted over 630.
I just want to say, sorry, you guys gave me so much flack for the season for putting Salvi as the best catcher in baseball.
I would never give you any flack for that.
Okay, but Marco and Nick did.
Definitely did. So I apologize.
Yeah,
You guys give me a
What do you mean you better apologize? You didn't even think your own catcher was the best catcher in the
I
league.
said it was a 1A, 1B type.
No, you did
situation.
not.
did not.
Well, in my heart, I thought that.
No,
But I couldn't say it on radio in case someone wanted to roast me. Hey, I felt that in my heart. You know what? He's the best catcher in baseball. What's the difference? Let's move on.
Yes, continue.
Center field, Robert.
Yeah.
Center field, Luis Robert. Right field. I don't remember asking you.
I just want to make sure.
Right field, Jesus Sanchez, DH. I'm not giving you the satisfaction. No, it's Jordan Alvarez.
No, it's Fritz. Stop it.
No, it's Jordan Alvarez.
Dude, I literally just said that Salvador Perez is the best catcher in baseball.
Fine, DH. I put Francisco Lindor.
I mean, as you should.
I still feel weird. About it.
No, I mean, it's right.
I'll live.
That's right.
All right, starting pitchers. I got Corbin Burns, Max Scherzer, Sandy Alcantara, Alek Manoah, and Julio Urias.
Dude, he has 18 wins.
He's not even the best pitcher on their team.
He's like the third best pitcher on their team.
He's 4th, actually. I put him.
And
at
when
4th.
Dustin May gets back next year,
He's going to be 5th.
I'm not even a Dodgers fan, but like, that team's so scary.
Dodgers.
And then if they sign
Not that
Seager
good.
long term, holy.
They're so good.
They're not signing Seager. Yeah,
Good job. And
All right.
and
Back to my relief pitchers.
Yeah, go ahead.
Aroldis Chapman, Kenley Jansen, Adam Ottavino, Noe Ramirez, and Jake Brents. My team, Toronto Blue Jays.
Nick.
I only did hitters this week because at this point, I feel like pitchers are just either just really good or they're falling off. So we'll start in Toronto with the least talked about Blue Jay, Oscar Hernandez, batting
Facts.
306, 27 home runs, 103 RBIs. Are you kidding me?
You do be spitting facts right
Why
now.
is no one talking about this man? Like, I feel like it just.
The only reason anyone knows
Okay.
about him, who's a casual baseball fan, is because he was an all-star.
I love
That's
you,
it.
Brian, but we have 3.5.
Okay, and then Kyle Tucker in Houston, 295, 26 home runs, 83 RBIs. Alex Verdugo in Boston, 289, 13 home runs, 57 RBIs. Aaron Judge having the best season of his career to date, finally staying healthy, 288 average, 34 home runs, 84 RBIs. And then Jorge Blanco hitting 276, 30 home runs, 88 RBIs for Minnesota.
Aaron Judge hit 51 home runs.
I did, but I'm talking about since that. I meant to say since.
Oh, okay. I was going to say. I was like,
Yeah,
wow.
I was talking about
I got what you meant. I got you back here.
That's why we play.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why
we're a clicking group. Alrighty, so I will.
No,
wrap this
we're
up.
not clicking with you. It's just Nick and I.
I think Nick would beg to differ. You're just the lone man out here.
No, I think Nick would agree with me more than you.
We're all clicking. Let's go.
Yeah, thank you, Nick. So the top 5 moments of the week. Boy, what a week for Major League Baseball. And number 5 happened.
At number 1, Francisco Lindor hits 3 home runs.
You just stop giving away my spots.
Can you just stop?
Number 5, Cedric Mullins' incredible home run robbery from yesterday. It was absolutely amazing. And out of
Mike
all the
Trout-esque.
yeah, it was. It was Mike Trout-esque in a
Only
stadium.
at number 5?
Yeah, dude, the 4 above it are so much better.
All right, well, you have 3 minutes.
Yeah, I do. And
So
number
continue.
4, we have the incredible Subway Series between the Mets and Yankees that was just so great for Major League Baseball. Arguably the best series of the year between any two teams.
I have one tidbit. Those 2 teams need to play every year on 9/11.
I agree.
I
Yes.
100% believe that.
Yeah, I do too. I tweeted that, and I think Major League Baseball is going to completely botch that. Not, but I think that they should. It was just a special series. The intensity was, oh my God, I was so happy. Even though they lost game 2 because the Yankees are cheaters.
Word.
It was still a fun series. And number 3, the King of New York, Francisco Lindor, with a 3-homer game.
Did you just say, hold on, the King of New York? Oh,
bet I did.
Michael,
Technically, the King of New York is
right as I
awesome.
agree with you on something,
Technically,
I
the King
want to
of New York
hit you
is
upside the head.
because the Mets won the Subway Series this year. So technically, the Mets are the best.
Who has
team
the
in
better
the-
record?
Doesn't matter. The
What do you
Subway
mean doesn't
Series
matter?
determines who the
How do
best.
you mean, buddy?
All right, so
Buddy.
Francisco Lindor's 3-homer game is the number 3. Oh my God! Please don't break school property.
I'm not going to.
Francisco Lindor 3-homer game, an incredible Mets-Yankees battle. That game itself pushed this up to 3. And number 2, we have the Brewers combined no-hitter, Corbin Burns and Josh Hader, an absolutely stunning effort.
You should have slept Burns there.
They should have left.
Too bad that
Burns in.
Burns didn't
You would have
stay in.
dominated that last
And
night.
at number 1, Mr. Max Scherzer collecting his 3,000th career strikeout.
You're forgetting a couple things with that start.
Yeah, I know. He was perfect through 7 innings.
That was 8.
7 and a third.
Oh, no,
You're 7 and a third. You're forgetting about something else. He became the 3rd pitcher ever
Yeah.
to have 3 immaculate innings.
Yeah, that was
Joining
awesome.
Koufax and Sale,
Yeah.
who just did it this year as well.
Very special, absolutely special.
Also,
performance.
you didn't say that the Brewers no-hitter was the new league record for
Yes.
in a season.
Correct.
That is, yeah.
I'm
We're forgetting some things here,
just
man.
write down the simple headline.
Oh, we got to talk about history. History is the beautiful part about baseball as well, okay?
Major League Baseball history with the Milwaukee Brewers, the 9th no-hitter of the year. That'll do it for today's show of Running the Bases. It has been a lot of fun. This was, to me, so much better than last week, and last week was great. Had a really great time. So thank you all for tuning in. We will see you all next week. Same time, same place, baby. Blaze
I'll
Radio.
have my good laptop.
We are happy to be back. Thank you all for watching.